Good morning. It is October 26, 2025, and I am at home. I just woke up not too long ago. Um, I am in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I'm at my apartment on Pasco Boulevard. Today, um, let's just state the facts. I woke up, I went to bed at 1 a.m. I set the alarms for 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. On the videos to Facebook, you can hear alarms, but on the phone, there says that the alarms, well, I guess if you didn't answer them, they were missed. When I go to sleep, I cannot hear anything. It did not used to be that way. That is gas. I normally can hear, especially little sounds. Um, my sleep patterns now are 4 to 5 hours minimum. I never wake up hardly less than that, which is abnormal. I always wake up, turn over, open my eyes, something at um, 1.5 to 2 hours my whole life. So being here in this apartment, I only wake up a minimum of 4 hours out. The phone is always changed. The TV program is always off. And last night I set it to Psalms 91, a 9 hour show, so that I could document what time it went off and then what time I wake up. So between the time that the programming goes off, it is exactly set by law enforcement 45 minutes to 1 hour out. So it's 45. So if I woke up at 6, it was cut off at 5:15. If it was cut off at this morning, it was cut off at 9:15, and I woke up at 10. The times that I'm waking up is 6 a.m. and then again at 10:10 a.m. Um, there are always links on the phone. The most common are Cash App, insufficient balance notifications that always occur at the exact same time. The next thing is text, and then the last one is email, and then the Roku notifications will come after I wake up, not during. So I don't get any Roku alerts while I'm asleep. On the phone, they come as soon as I get up. I woke up this morning. The law says, very important fact, the law says they have the technology to read your mind. So during the day, they send alerts, messages, and they send pray, Prey, to build on that narrative. Examples of this is Easter's text from last night. Easter's text from last night saying, "Do you want me to stay on the phone while you do deliveries?" Her text is going to a different number, and that's the law sending that text. That's not her. That's them using the technology they say they have to read your mind, and they're sending that text to you as a taunt. It's also an alert that is a FR receipt. FR stands for facial recognition. Your second form of this is your diet. What do you want to eat? So if you're thinking, today I want to have cereal and milk, I said that out loud. Well, what they're going to do is, I said it out loud, but if I thought it, they will have Gwanda call, or Easter will call, or this will be an Instacart order of only the cereal and milk. The third way they'll do this is just in general. It'll be a general thought. It could be anywhere law enforcement is. If you're just out casually going out and you have a thought, think I might need me a nap. They'll say it out loud wherever they are. So that kind of like gives you a good indication of where they are. So they will recite your thoughts to you. Easter said, which is law enforcement, that the law uses technology to make people crazy. All right, so far we're doing Uber Eats. It is a lot of facial recognition receipts and doing old orders that link to locations. For example, the crumble order on yesterday links to earlier in the week. So the purpose of Uber Eats is just like Instacart, to move you to one location to the other for a variety of different reasons. The phone number that is attached, every time you look at the phone, the law will send you a message. If I look at my phone right now, they will send a message. It is designed that way. The technology is designed that way to capture those facial recognition receipts when that IP address is swapped. So what I have started doing is going into write down the IP address on each device. The incoming alerts that I get are from law enforcement. They're have the ability to draw over anyone's device at any given time. So, with that being said, they text from Ketchup's phone, Wanda's phone, Easter's phone, whatever. Because what they're doing is simply putting a card and a SIM to it and using the number. So lots of times you're thinking that you're engaging with that person and you're not. This gives law enforcement the ability to control the narrative, to make sure the right words get said at the right times. You have to understand there is not a crime going on my end. You have to understand that this is a retaliation operation because of the complaints that I have made against law enforcement. So these complaints turn into operations, kind of payback. So the serial number on the Samsung FE, I did not want to get this phone for a long time. And I didn't want to get this phone for a long time. It's always been free, for the sake of this conversation. It's always been free. And I never wanted to get it because Easter has a Samsung, and her Samsung is through her daughter. Like my I had a phone. It wasn't a Samsung, I don't think. It could have been, but I don't think it was. But it was through Vonna back in 2012 when I met Ketchup. So she has a phone through her daughter through Verizon, and that is one of the service providers that was in operation here in Bowling Green, Kentucky, back in Back in 2018 when I first got here. Went to Portland and got a Motorola Moto prepaid phone, and I kept it off majority of the time. And I remember the number to it, 615-202-5271, I think. And the law aggravated me so bad on that phone. That was when I told Cindy Stone about what was going on. So, long story short, moving from there, the new Samsung has a different serial number today. I mean, and I'm quite sure the serial number is different too, but it has a different IP address today than yesterday. And the Motorola phone, that changes every day. These phones are used in different locations that I am not in. Okay. And they're also used on different numbers that I am not using. So as I'm talking, this LG Stylus phone keeps changing. So I'm going to turn the camera to it because I want to capture those changes so that you can see them. it's nothing really going on new. It's all the same. What I'm experiencing lately is more of the gas, which is very annoying. I'm, I'm fighting the urge to be, real pissed off about it, but I'm used to it at the same time. I'm just not used to somebody telling me that they doing it. I ain't used to that. I'm used to officers hiding about it and it kind of just staying on the hush. You know, Being in Kentucky, I guess it's the culture of the people. It's a small town compared to Atlanta. It's almost invisible compared to California. And so when you're in a bigger city, it's big, it's drawn out. It's but in a smaller town, it's concentrated. So being here with the death threats and all, it's concentrated. And so coming home, I'm not used to it because I hadn't had a place to live. In Atlanta, they probably wouldn't have changed the TV. They would have done something else, but probably not changed the TV. But when I got home yesterday, they had totally changed the screensaver on the TV to, um, what do you call it? A cemetery. And so that probably wouldn't happen in Atlanta. So being, like I said, being up here in a small town, it's the culture of the people. So I don't. What does that make me think? Really nothing. I'm used to everything that law enforcement does. They've done it all. So it's nothing surprises me. And I probably have a nonchalant attitude to what somebody else might have be outraged about because I've already been in this so long. I've already done it here. I've already went through coming home and finding shit in your toilet and finding them in your house eating your snacks and leaving the wrappers on the counter. I've already done that. I've already went through buying recorders and buying stuff. I've already went through putting stuff over the door to make sure to see if they how they coming in when I was just wasting my time and catch up giving them the key. So I rather take care of myself in the best way that I can and to give myself as much peace and self love as I can and stay as close to God as I can. This is evil people with authority that they shouldn't have to do what should never be done to anyone. So I don't go as far as to saying how safe I am in this apartment. I cannot stress this enough. It does not matter where you are. You can go to your family, they will pay them to come in. You can stay in your car, they will let the windows down. You can go to a hotel, they're definitely coming in. You can go to the hospital, they will block off an entire section. It doesn't matter where you go. They do exactly what they want to do. Money rules in this world, this life. And if you have enough of it, you can get people to do pretty much whatever you want them to do. And that's just the truth. And it doesn't matter if you're in law enforcement or not. It doesn't matter. I only get feelings in my health and in my body when I sleep. If I don't go to sleep, you don't ever hear me on any live complaining about a headache. You don't hear me complaining about my stomach. You don't hear me complaining about my legs. You don't hear me complaining about anything. It is only after I go to sleep. What they want to do with that is to make you have insomnia, where you stay up because you're paranoid. I am not doing that. I've already willed myself not to do that. I'm not going to do that. They want you to do that because then that really makes you look crazy because you're not resting properly. So they do not allow any videos at all to be seen of me sleeping. This is why when I'm asleep, I record myself and they take it offline. I'm never online sleep. That I record myself every night and have been doing it for the last 5 years consistently of my life. And every single night that I record myself sleep, the law takes it down, restricts it, prohibits it, removes it, alters it. That entire period of 8 hours or more is used strictly, solely, and purposely for their own benefit. I go to sleep every night and I do not snore. These videos are overlaid with snoring, with sounds, and they are recreated, just like the one last night. I drank the core water as soon as I laid down for a few minutes. I got up and took another sip and sat it down. That clip was added back into the video almost 3 hours after it was done. Every single night, these videos are sabotaged and overlaid. The TV is changed. They don't care that you hear it. They don't care that you point it out. They don't care that you can hear the person talking and then don't hear nothing else a few minutes later. Who changed the TV? The law did. Why? Because the cell phone changed. When the cell phone changed, when the other person duplicating my profile goes to work, the TV has to change. It will go off, or they will either change it to the programming because the phone changed. When the phone changed, it has to change. So it'll go back to the home screen because what? People not looking at it no more. They're gone. And it is because when they're performing their rituals, they know the word of God playing, even if it's not playing, it's not going to work. Just like last night, the dream I had, the Lord told me, ain't nobody over your life but you and me. So when it came down to that is what this is all about, to try to produce, because God gifted me with dreams and the law doesn't like it. So at the end of the day, every time she goes to sleep, get her when she goes to sleep. So that, in other words, that we can control what she's dreaming. They don't like when I wake up and say, God said do this or that, and I write about what my dreams are, or they don't like it. Why do you think there's so much activity when I go to sleep? Because that's what it's about. So when I first wake up in the morning, my first thing is to give all glory to God. But the law wants me to wake up angry because of what they've done. So they create a pattern. If we can make her look angry because of all the stuff we do in her sleep, it'll look like all of her plans are evil, because that's what everyone says. That's what Easter says, Gwanda says, because they get paid by law enforcement to say this, and because they or I'm not really talking to them. So at the end of the day, law enforcement is not really that happy about somebody black having this ability to be able to look at all the stuff she caught. And the more I catch, the more death threats I get. For example, the other day with the mail, they sent the mail. And I guess they thought because I'm black, she'll be too foolish to look at it and see it's not even the same. And then when I posted it for the FBI to see it, then I get all these death threats Friday. But what am I getting the death threats for? I didn't send the mail to me. They should have had the master CEO of this look at the mail before you put it in the box. It's clearly different colors, so it's not from the bank. So who's sending you mail pretending to be the bank? That's not my fault. That's any legitimate question that anybody would ask. But because I asked it and you black, oh, we're going to send you death threats. I guess I shouldn't have been smart enough to look at that and see this is not the same color. So Macy's is not smart enough. They don't have enough money to that word ain't supposed to be in red. And that's a background report and it's in black and white. Then why is it coming from there? It should be coming from the company that did it. I'm not gonna tear that up either. Then you look at the bank stuff that go over the car. That's not the same color. That's not the same letter. So what is going on? All your mail looks like. So what am I supposed to say? I'm not opening any of it. Why? Because more than likely the black and white mail doesn't have the same account info as the colored mail. So it's another form of a sophisticated catching up. I don't want to play the game. I'll just leave it closed up and it's evidence. They sent it to me and it's now my evidence against them. And they didn't like it. So when I posted it for the FBI to look at it, so you're actually telling me there's nothing going on and this is all in my head, and I got 6 different federal pieces of mail, because this is federal when you're dealing with the mail. And this is 6 pieces of mail in every shade of a different color, other than what that company actually uses. In these banks, when they send out mail, those documents are accounted for. They're in their system. So where are these codes and these scans coming from? Because they didn't come from the bank. And when you say that, a lot of white people get angry instead of saying, I would ask that. But they're white and they can. But you black and you ask it and you get death threats. You send it to the FBI, don't. So you can't tell your family. The police don't have jurisdiction over it. They're going to water it down. So what do you do with it? You don't do nothing with it. You just hold it. That's the only reason it was given to you, for you to hold, for you to open it, for we can take pictures of you, and I'm not opening it. I'm going to leave it closed. Because it's evidence that they sent in the mail to put me in possession of something I don't have nothing to do with. Why do you think it just came on the day that I went to the post office? I said, hold my mail. How did it end up somewhere? What she said didn't make no sense. I'm not going to build it. I'm just going to look at you. They already know. So I get up this morning, like I said, I get up this morning, I have a headache. The headache is going away as I'm moving. My back and stuff feel weird. It wasn't feeling that way before. I know that these people threaten me every day. They did it yesterday to be in a wheelchair. This morning I get up and it feels like something cold. I haven't felt that cold sensation in my spine since 1517 Bethesda Road. So at the end of the day, they know what they're doing is wrong. Everybody know by now because there's too many people out there that are in positions for plots for nobody to know about me. So I don't have to worry. Do anybody know? Everybody know. The whole bowling, it's probably, I lie to you not, it's probably, if you don't know what's going on with me in Bowling Green, then you're probably old or you're probably not socially connected. But if you're anybody important in Bowling Green, they know exactly who Crystal Ketchup is and what is going on. Everybody know because it's too much bullshit when I go out. It's too much. And this apartment complex is too much. So it's conveniently set up. So we know you want a place to stay. Who doesn't? But when you get a place to stay, it's a little hub for gas, poison, for intentional infliction of emotional distress, for us to threaten your life every day, and for us to inflict bodily harm. I don't have no issues with my body until I go to sleep. If you don't talk about them, if you don't say nothing about them, it will be less. I got gas last night and I got gas this morning. I slept 5 hours until 6 a.m. and woke up like just out of nowhere at 6 a.m. Went back to sleep, another gas, woke up at 10. And you don't even know if these times are right because they go in and out of time while I'm asleep. And that's the truth. That's why the alarms don't all the time go off. You hear them. Why can't I hear them? And you think, well, we ain't see nobody on the video. You're not going to see nobody on the video. Why do you think they put that fireplace right there? If you think that fireplace is just there for decorations, you got to be out of your mind. When I first moved in this apartment, they put a drone over there, letting me know what they were going to use. Go ahead and get the fear in you. I'm not fearing that. I ain't finna start staying up all night. I'm not doing that. They did that to my sister. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna still go to sleep every night. And every day that something is wrong, I'm gonna still get up and record it because that's what I do for myself so I can have all of this information. Write it, record it, and take pictures of it. That's what I do. Now, what is going to change is the length of time that I spend on it because I have stuff to do. What I write down is any new symptoms I feel and what's going on. And matter of fact, it's cold when I wake up, but it ain't cold when I go to sleep. So I wonder if that heater is coming on because I turn off anything that is blowing in this house. And I don't cook. I don't have no pots. I don't have nothing. I don't make grocery here because I don't trust nothing in the refrigerator. If you do, they will poison it to give you the diseases that they say. How else can somebody say with confidence, we're putting you in a wheelchair? Then you must be using poison. How else can they say you're going to be dead? Then you got to have a plan of something that you're doing. Yeah, how else can they say you're going to have Alzheimer's? Then you must be putting something in my food. You can't just say what somebody going to have if you ain't doing nothing to make those things come about. So what are you doing then? Because the more you talk and say that, you must be doing something. Because you keep having Easter say she's eating 50 pieces of chicken. Then what are you doing in order to make what her bad eating choices have anything to do with me? They make her say she eat 50 pieces of chicken and drink gallons of slush a day from the store. So then when you go to the store, watch who's paying for the Slurpee. Then when you go to the store, why do they keep sending you to Popeyes? How many times you went to Popeyes yesterday? In the last 2 days, getting what? Chicken? Doing receipts from where? Atlanta? And every time you go, it's what? It's a man swap. So you don't have, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Look at your Popeyes receipts and link every time you go. So where's Popeyes? Okay, Mexican, first profile. Now move to the second one. When's the next time you going back to Popeyes? I went twice yesterday. I think it was twice. Yep, twice. Well, I think it was twice. The lady at the hotel, swap. Let me see when the last time. I went yesterday morning. I thought yesterday earlier when I first started. Yep, 11:40. Oh, that's the Mexican. 2 times in one day. One a man, like I said, one a girl. Both swaps, same thing. What's going on? You're playing games. All of the orders go to the same names, to the same people, same cards, same everything. You're just playing games. They're not real orders because they're not real money. You did 15 orders when you first started and made $100 and some. Because on average, somebody, come on, let's do probability here. Somebody is going to give you $10 or $15 if you done had 20 orders. Everybody gave you $3. Everybody. So if you do the math and how many times if you did 15 orders and you got $70, how many times does 15 go into 70? On average, 4 point some change. So you're getting on average $4 and some change to do what? Go out here and play with law enforcement. We know you need money. We know you got bills to pay. So they have an advantage in that area because we do everything we're not supposed to do. We affect your money. If you're talking about us, then you won't make no money here. They don't see anything wrong with that. They don't see anything wrong with captivating someone else's platform to use it for their own malicious purposes. They don't see anything wrong with that. So it would not behoove me to sit here and waste my time trying to convince them if they get up every morning and put them big old badges on and go out and get in those government paid vehicles with all that free gas and drive around all day and they don't think anything is wrong with that and their conscience does not bother them, what am I going to do? They have totally set another car outside and put it right there so you can see it. That does not threaten me. So when it comes down to that, I don't want to waste my time with that. What I need to be doing is praying, staying calm, so that I can speak to the Lord about whatever they're doing to my health. And writing in my notebook what happened when I woke up. That's what I need to be doing and nothing else. So normally I would spend a lot of time on this. I'm not going to do that. What my notes say today is that I got up, my back is cold today, and I got gas twice. The views that I get on YouTube Live, first of all, I don't get views on my side. So I'm going to turn this around so you can see the views on there. So that says, let me turn this off. First of all, that says 1. Okay. These videos don't ever process until the next day. Never the same day. So that says 1 video, right? All right. So let me do this. All right. So that says 1 right there. Okay. So if I end this video,